Ladies and gentlemen, patriot, truth seekers, digital warriors, welcome back to the show. This is the Baraka Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Man, we got a good show for you tonight. Well, not a good show, to be fair. Not a good show, as I already know. Europe continue to fall. They want to sell everything now. They want to create their market a free for all. Hey, you're from Brazil, come take it. Hey, you're from Uruguay, come take it. Hey, you're from whatever, China, whatever, come take it. But this time we're talking about South America, because they're inviting Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, all these guys to come and basically fuck their farmers up. Sorry for being so sorry for using that language. I'm sorry. But basically this is what Europe is doing. They've opened up their market. It's like a girl. Just to open up for everybody to come. Well, okay. I'm not gonna get too passion today, as obviously when that happens we usually get YouTube comes at us really fast, but Europe has been working on this deal, right? They called it the EU Mercury. It's such a Mercosur. Yeah, I've been trying to pronounce this for very long, but I still can't get it right. So basically what this deal is basically the EU and the South American countries. They're trying to come into a free trade agreement. And they've been working on this deal since the 1990s, since the early 1990s. Yes! So they've been thinking very long. They've been thinking for so long how to fuck their farmers up. And today they've decided, January, we're going to announce it and we're going to sign it and we're going to just give a middle finger to all of you guys. And of course, the farmer didn't take it lightly. They're not taking it lightly. They went out there and I'm going to show you the videos. Obviously, this is emerging. It's coming out. This story is developing. The farmers are out. They're making noise. They're saying no, because they know what will happen when the market is open for free trade with the South American countries like Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay. You can maybe add Chile and all these countries. And they want to do this free trade agreement. And the farmers are not making enough money in the business. The business is going out. Instead of the EU saying, thank you so much, farmers, for keeping our land safe, for feeding us, and for keeping the cattle and all the good animals that we have, the meat and all these things. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate you. Guess what? No, they're not saying that. They're saying we're going to get free trade agreement with these countries who sell cheap stuff. What do you think the market is going to do? If somebody walks into a shop, there's tomato here for £3 and there's tomato here for 20p. Which one are you going to get? And they look the same. You're probably going to get the one for 20p, right? That's how it works. And they can't compete on price because the farmers in Europe are making less than 7%. That's the margin. They barely make anything. Literally, it varies from 1% to 7%. That's how much money they make on whatever produce they bring to the market. And they're being squeezed to the margin. They're being squeezed and squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, no. The EU know how to play with you guys. They know. And they've been working for 30 plus years on this EU Mercury, this word again. Mercury thing, deal. They've been working for 30 years. And now they've announced it. And of course, the farmers are taking out to the street. I want to show you the videos. Insane. So farmers took it to Brussels, and they went to tear the flags down. They sprayed the cow dunk, whatever dunk. They just sprayed everywhere. They dropped potatoes on the road, and they did every single thing to send a message and say, hey, we will not accept this free trade agreement with all these countries. I want to give you an example real quick, because this happened before with China and US. You know, when US and China was, but you know, after the Second World War, we had this revolution happening in China where, you know, Mao Zedong led this revolutionary, campaign through the north, and he wiped through the whole country, killing millions of people. And obviously the Chinese government had to run to Taiwan, which is obviously Taiwan now. They became the main government, the communist China. You know, they did that, and the US was watching, thinking, hey, what the fuck is going on over there? Hey, we're not gonna get involved though. We're not gonna get involved. Then obviously they ended up getting involved, because in Korea, the North Korean stuff, you know what happened, where another communist party emerged in North Korea, which obviously attacked South Korea. And that's when US thought, like, all right, bro, these communists are they're just messing up a lot. And they obviously they invaded, and so many people died. Then something happened, something changed. Through the Kissinger, with Harry Kissinger going to Pakistan, secret meeting in Pakistan, going to China and creating this relationship. This happened in 1971, roughly. 1971, blah, blah, blah. And boom, China was like, okay, great. We want to be friends. Let's be friends. And then they got into the UN. China became a part of the UN. And they became a part of, World Trade Organization, Free Trade Organization. I think it was called Free Trade. Yeah, it's actually called Free Trade Organization. China became a part of it. And guess what? China made their people work for barely anything. And they sent it to United States. And United States thought like, oh man, these are cheap stuff. They're coming really fast. Oh my God, what can we do? All right, let's send our factories over there. Send everything over there, because they're producing it for cheap, right? It makes sense, because people are buying it cheaper. That's literally what happened. And then everything, to the point where China was producing almost every single thing that people were consuming in the West. Until Trump came in, and Trump said, hey, we can't be dependent on this guy. We can't be dependent on this guy. He took every single person's job, because factory has to close over here, and factories moved to China because it was way cheaper. And this is exactly what's going on, and this is what's going to happen in Europe. If you move your stuff, well, you're not actually moving it, but you are importing the cheap stuff. So therefore, your people will be squeezed to the point where they're going to have to quit, because they can't, they're not going to compete. Tomato comes in, it's maybe 12 pence, the tomatoes. And obviously, the wages over there are way different. The laws over there are way different. They're not regulated the way Europe regulates farmers here. Because over here, we got this climate change thing. We have to follow this, and we have to follow this. And sometimes when the cow fat, sometimes it's like, oh my God, more problem. We have to use this sort of seed, and the seeds are more expensive. And we have to do all this and all this. But in South America, it's not like that. These guys can just chop out the tree, bulldoze the place, and build anything. Build a farmer, build something, build stuff for cheap. And they can get hundreds of people working. It's not going to cost them thousands. And boom, they have stuff, and they can send it to Europe. And guess what a farmer in Europe will do? Well, it won't be able to compete, so it's going to have to fall for bankruptcy. He's going to have to get another job. And that farmer that his dad, great-great-great-grandfather had, well, obviously that generation, or that generation of passing on will just, it will finish there. And this is what's going on. Now, I think I've gave you a lot of context, but if you want more, well, basically, the deal is farmers. So Europe will be trading will be getting free trade from the South American countries. They'll be bringing in. Let me just quickly check. They're gonna be bringing in. So, yeah. So the South American countries will be bringing in beef, sugar, rice, honey, and soybean, and and obviously many other stuff. That's what they will be bringing in. So these, whoever, whichever farmers out there trying, in honey or soybeans or any sort of person involved in those business, yeah, they're pissed. And in exchange, Europe will export cars, machinery, wines, and spirits to South America. So obviously the big cars, like Mercedes and Volkswagens and all those guys, they are loving these deals because that means they can literally just free trade. And the South American people will love the cars, will love the machinery for them to build and build on, and they will love the wine and they will love the spirits, whatever. But the people over here, the farmers, will be like, man, I can't compete with this soybean because this soybean is like 50 times cheaper than mine. I can't compete. So it's gonna have to fall. It's gonna have to fall. To give up. But so they protested, and they clash with the police. Of course, obviously the police always intervene, right? They're always there, always following orders, right? They're always following orders. But here's the police. Well, here's the farmer. They pull up to Germany, and they round up the tractors, ready to play for sure. And they did play. Here's a video I want you to watch. Let's play. I don't know. Did you hear that? I don't think I heard that. So these are farmers who pull up. So tens of tractors pulled up to the capital city, and they went to send a message. And this happened all over Europe. It happened in Italy, happened in France, happened in Germany, happened in all these other countries. All of them. Farmers came out saying, no, we're not going to do this anymore. Not again. Not ever. Let's see this other one, which they dropped a lot of potatoes around the street. I want to show you this video. So they're not playing, folks. There's more video I'm gonna show you. Brace yourself for an impact. They sprayed dunk everywhere. They burnt some flags. The EU flag. They burnt it, and then the police came and clashed around. They burnt stuff. They sent a big message today. They did. So here's another one. Yeah, so they played. That's a big message right there. They dropped all this on the road, making sure the government see that they're not happy. Here's a flag, the flag that they probably hate so much today. They hate this flag. Somehow this flag was created, and somehow this flag can make decisions and trade on their behalf. It's literally like, I don't know how this flag has so much power, bro. I literally don't know why they have so much power over all these European countries. It's freaking insane. Here's this flag. They literally, they took it down and they burnt it. Yep, that's the EU flag, yep. Yep, so the flag, they took it down and they burnt it. Now, of course, the police turned up. As always, they are always following orders, right? Always following orders, right? They don't do anything wrong, do they? They just follow orders. Yep, they're just following orders. And they turned up, and here's what they did to the farmers and the people who came out to protest in favor of the farmers. Here's the video I want you to watch. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to intimidate them. And they carried on intimidating these guys. But the message has been received. And the fact that they did it so, I mean, I don't know. I think they planned it because everybody came out at the same time. We had it in France. We had it in, obviously, Germany, Italy, and all these other countries. They all came out at the same time, same day. So they probably had it good, they planned it very well. Not many people, the police was not, like, the government didn't know. They didn't know much because they reacted. They came once the mess was done. So they were not able to stop them before departing from wherever they came from. So you could tell these guys are really angry, and they got a good community, strong community that's out there saying we won't let this happen. And they know what will happen if this takes place. If that free trade agreement comes to pass, which obviously is scheduled to be January, late January next year, 2026. If that comes to pass, they are done. They know they are done. The farm that they got from their dad, they are ready to pass it on to their son. No, it's over, done. There will be nothing there. It's going to be just dirt. Because once you have, soybeans coming from South America, there's no way you're going to compete. There's no freaking way. It's like the UK saying, hey, we're going to compete with China on making TVs. Well, good luck on that. Because a normal average employee would demand £12 an hour. And you got all these unions will come and say, hey, they deserve £20 an hour. While in China, they're like, hey, work. Fucking work. Everybody's working for a minimum, like for little pennies. You can't compete with that. One person's wages is like 50 people's wages in China. Or maybe more than that. How are you going to compete as a businessman? Let's say you're like Sony or Currys, and you're out there saying, obviously Currys don't make stuff, but they sell stuff. Whichever company, you can't compete. And this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make European farmers to compete with South American farmers. It won't work. Because those guys have it not easy, but those guys have it cheap. And they don't have all these regulations that the EU has. All these like climate change is the biggest threat type of legislations that they force every single person who has a farm to follow. Like, oh, you can't use this. Don't you know this destroy the planet? You can't use that. You have to use this one. And then you're like, hey, that costs me more. Yes, it costs you more, but you have to use this. Oh, your cow is fighting a lot. It's farting a lot. Yeah, I know. Cow fart, right? Oh, God. Tell me more about it. You can't do that. Oh, we have to inject these things in your thing. Oh, we have to drop this thing. Oh, weather manipulation. Oh, it's going to rain too much today. Oh, no sun for the next few days. And all these things that just makes it hard for a farmer to flourish. And then you have to compete with soybeans or rice or honey or sugar or beef that's coming from places where there's basically zero regulation, where these guys can literally do anything. They can dig anywhere and like and make stuff. And plus, their territory, or maybe I should say their land, is more fertile to produce stuff than it is in Europe. So who do you think is losing here? Of course, the farmers are losing. And that's why they're reacting this way. And I applaud them for doing it. Because who else would do it for them? The MPs don't do it for them. The only country that's literally against this trade is France and Italy. That's it. For once, we can say Macron is doing something for his people. I know, you know, Marine Le Pen, she's been doing stuff. Of course. But we can actually say, you know, Macron is actually doing stuff. Because he's actually saying, hey, this deal is not good, man. No, bonjour, je m'appelle, no good, man. It's not good. And of course, we got in Italy, Giorgia Meloni is just saying, hey, this is not good for my people. My farmers will be squeezed to you know, they'll be capitulated to irrelevant. They're going to have to go. You know? So that's the deal here. That's what's going on. Europe continues to fall. They're selling themselves. They're selling themselves for they want to get cheap stuff. I was talking to an Uber driver today. Let me tell you a story. Yeah, I don't want to go for too long. I'm probably gonna end this live stream soon. I was talking to the Uber driver today, and the guy was like, "Man, Uber driver, you know, he was telling me how bad it is, how hard it is in being a taxi driver because nowadays it's getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper for the customer. So therefore, for him as a driver, he's making nothing. Well, not nothing. He's making tiny little pound. When now most of the rides are like £3. Most of the rides are like £4 because there's too many drivers driving the car, driving the taxis. So Uber has so much demand when it comes to drivers where you can't say no to it because somebody will take the ride. Somebody will take the customer for £2. Somebody is going to do it for £1. You can't say no to that. So he forced you as a driver to just go with it. You can't say I'm only going to take £10 customers. No. Because some guy is ready to take £3 customers. You know? And he was telling me how difficult it was, how difficult it has become. And I was thinking, yeah. Uber has got monopoly in this, where they are the most, you know, they are the most known company when it comes to taxis now in the UK. They are the most used, and the app is getting better and better and better. And so many drivers are joining. And it gets to the point where a driver can't really negotiate anything. Either take it or leave it. And that's the situation the farmers will be in Europe, where they're going to have to either lower their prices or just capitulate into irrelevant. Just like, hey, you know, perish. Done. Disappear. Sell the farm to BlackRock. You know, sell the farm to all these hedge funds managers, hedge funds, all these big bankers. Sell it to them, or maybe just give it back to the government anyway, because they're gonna take half of it when you die. Might as well just give it the whole thing. Why fighting around? Basically, that's what they're saying. You know, they want to build all these solar panels around it, so they might as well just take it off you, right? What's the best way of doing it? Making you come to them and giving it back. Well, not giving it back, but giving it to them because you've lost. Because there is an Argentinian guy who's doing it for basically for free. When it comes to like money, they're doing it for cheap. It's dangerous, and this is exactly what we have here in the UK as well, where we are importing cheap labor. Now it's very hard for you to live because a lot of jobs, a lot of people who are coming in the UK can just do it for like a guy who's coming from, let's say, India, for example, comes from India. The minimum wage there is like, oh God, don't even want to get into it. Oh God, they got rupees, we got the pound. And obviously you do your own maths. Go put £1 and compare it to the rupees. You will get to know how much it is over there. And you'll be like, wow. That's why they can work for £5 an hour. But you and I would not want to do that because, hey, we want to have stuff. We are living in this country where now everything is expensive. So we can't do it for that amount. We need a little bit more. But obviously businesses, they want people that can do it for cheap. Because obviously if you have people who can do it for cheap, well, you make a lot of profit. It makes sense, right? And that's why all these big car companies negotiated. You got companies like Mercedes, you got companies like Volkswagens and all. There's many other companies from Europe, from the EU countries, many other companies who now have a free trade agreement to sell their cars into South America. Where now they probably lobbied hard for this deal. And they're thinking, yeah, fuck the farmers, it's okay. Let's get the cars over there for free. This is a good deal. And investors are like, man, investors who are investing into cars or all these investors, they're saying, whoa, this is good. This is beautiful. But I don't want to go for too long, but this is what's going on. It's going to be huge. So brace yourself for a lot of fight. There's one more video I want to show you. It gets really hectic in this other video. So just watch it. Check this out. Yeah. So yeah, this is what the people are doing. This is what Europeans are fighting now. You don't have to fight for a guy who's coming in the country and doing silly stuff. You don't have to fight for illegal immigrants anymore. No. You literally have to fight for what they send here now. They don't have to come anymore. They just have to work for cheap over there, send it over here. You've lost your job. Done. Cause when you are about to go get stuff, especially in this economy where the Bank of England have announced that the rates are just inflation and all these things are going higher and higher and higher, and they always announcing the I don't really follow it as much, but it's not where it should be. Everything's getting expensive now. They did a video, I think this video, I don't know which broadcast channel did this. They went, in 2011, they went out and spent, with £20, they went to a supermarket with £20 in 2011, and they shown what they got in 2011. And recently they did exactly the same thing with £20, and you if you see the difference, you'll be like, what the heck? Because with £20 you can walk in Tesco in 2011 and come out with like a good, nice, with big stuff, maybe 2 bags, because you could put a bread. I think back then bread was probably like 20p. Everything was cheap. It was livable. You could if you were on 25k a year in 2011, you were living good. That was like proper minimum wage. Good. But today, that's gone up by like, what's the minimum wage today? Like £33,000? Okay. What's that now today? Can you really, like today if you walk in Tesco with £20, you don't even need a bag. You can put the stuff in your pocket. That's how expensive everything is. Maybe you might get the meal deal, right? If you got club card. That's it. All right, maybe I'm exaggerating. But if you just walk anywhere with £20. What you won't need a bag because you'll be able to hold it. Milk, bread, maybe some butter. What else would you want? What other thing? Maybe you want to get some cheese. Yeah, I think that's £20 done. Done. You're out. But before you could walk in with £20, and you'll need to have a basket, because there's no way you're gonna come out with your stuff. But not today, because we've opened ourselves up for cheap labor. We've opened ourselves up for like all these things which destroy the way of life. No, not in the sense where it destroys the way of life, but it destroys the value of how much you are paid. Because if everybody else can do it for cheap, then if you're refusing to do it for that amount, well, nobody needs you then, innit? It's simple as. We're living in a capitalist society, and this is how it goes. And if you say, hey, I don't like it this way, I'm sorry. Too late. This is the way it goes. All right, cool. Let me check your comments. What you guys are saying. Let me see your comments. Before we wrap this up. So Victor writes, in 2007, I was on £8.50 an hour. Sounds amazing, right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, in 2007, you could live on £8.50 an hour. That's what it was. You could live on £8.50 an hour. You'll be fine. But today, £8.50 an hour, you need £8 to get the bus and go, to go and come back with the bus. That's your 1 hour of work done. In today's time, you just gain outside your car. Just gain in the bus to the workplace. That's your 1 hour work done. That's your earning for 1 hour done. You can't live, especially if you're trying to like pay your rent, have a life after work, and do all these things and be able to buy stuff and be able to go places. There's no way you can live for £8 an hour. No way. And whichever politician is trying to convince you can, they're lying to you. They just want your vote. All right, let me read the next comment. Okay. All right, there's a person who's trolling in this comment, but yeah, okay, cool. So somebody said, Victor again. Yeah, he's educated and follows our way. All right, thank you, Victor. Appreciate you. So somebody says, the milk price. Sand said, the milk price has absolutely plummeted. A fed up farmer here. Yeah, yeah, it has. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know how bad it is for you, but it has. Crazy, right? And another one says, an African telling the UK how to live. One person writes, I think his name called Jum, whatever your name is. An African tells the UK how to live, bro. All right. How do you want me to respond to that without actually? What are you trying to get out of that? An African telling the UK how to live. Would you like me to time out the trolls? Nah, leave the trolls. I like the trolls. I really do. Well, trolls are, it's always good to have a trolls in. They just talk and talk. I think it's actually entertaining to have people trolling you. It's actually keeps everything healthy. And you can go back and forth. I think trollers just get tired when they're not, when you don't give them the response that they're grasping for, they're hoping for. When they don't get that response, they just get tired and they basically they fire themselves. They quit. But when you give them when you give them the response that they're looking for, then obviously that's more fuel for them, and they keep on going and they try to like find something and keep going and keep going. I mean, I get trolls all the time in the comments, but I read it and I'm like, should I respond to this? Really? Like who's this? But when I see like when somebody actually criticize me in a way where it's fully like a good criticism, where I'm like, yeah, this person actually means it. This person actually like is coming out from it's good faith criticism. I actually respond because I actually welcome that. I want people to criticize me. I want people to call me out whenever I'm wrong, whenever I say something. But when it's just somebody saying like 2-3 word criticism, like, this is bad, I'm like, okay, cool. All right. Okay, thank you so much for your comment. But when somebody actually goes full on to explain why they think is bad and how they think I ought to change in a way where I can get to the center of the truth, then I'm like, okay, this guy actually makes sense. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I got it right. But yeah, okay. You can toy with the trolls. Yes, you can. You are always on the ball. Thank you so much, guys. Always on the ball. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. That's the live stream for today. I was literally planning to go live for 20 minutes, but obviously, we always do it different here. Every time when we plan for 30 minutes live stream, it turns out to be an hour. When we plan for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I really do want to make it quick, but as you already know, I like being on camera. I like talking to you guys, so I just can't stop myself. But let me know if you want me to make these live stream smaller. I'm probably going to disagree with you, because this thing is extremely hard to do for a lot of people, but it's not hard for me. But there's something I'm going to be announcing very soon for next year. Next year, we're going to be doing big live streams where it's not just going to be 40 minutes. No. We're going to be going for 6 hours live stream. We're going to be going for 4 hours. Huge stuff. But we can only do that once we have somebody to come in the studio or here on this place and take control of all this. The music, the sound, the overlays, the B-rolls and all the things. And I can just sit and just talk to you guys. We're trying to build something like what Alex Jones has built. InfoWars. I'm really inspired by what he's built. By what he has built. So once we have somebody at the back controlling all the keys, controlling the stuff, and I just sit and talk and have all the papers here. I mean, we got some papers there, newspapers, latest newspaper today. Once we have all that, we can go on. We can cover any story, every single story, all the controversial, all the stuff. We can go 4 hours straight, boom. And you and I can interact for a very long time. And we can play this video, this thing, and we can receive live news and we can report it to you live. Don't you think that would be cool, right? That would be sick. So yeah, next year too. I don't know when we're gonna start, but we need to find somebody who can come in every day, Monday to Friday. I mean, we can include Saturday and Sunday too. Actually, Monday to Friday. Once we find that person who believes in what we're trying to do, what we're trying to build, once we get that person, and if I trust them enough to allow them in this place, then yeah, you're gonna receive a good show. You will. You are young enough to get to that level. I appreciate you. People on the algorithm need longer, if I'm honest. Good night, Steve. Victor. Victor's going to sleep. I replied to your email. Did you see it? True Founder. Yeah, no, I've not opened my email. No, I get a lot of emails. A lot of Facebook texts, a lot of Instagram texts. I get notifications. I'm always doing stuff. I mean, last video I made. So I made the last video last 2 videos that I made. I filmed them at 2 a.m. in the morning. Because sometimes I wake up, like now it's like 10. It was 11 now. That clock is wrong. I don't know why I've been looking at it. God. So I woke up like 1 a.m. and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me do something that I really like doing. Turn on the camera. Let's go. Then I just reported something to you guys. And you guys commented saying, hey, you look tired. Yeah, I was tired. But I looked tired. But I wasn't actually tired. It's just that because I just woken up. But yeah, thank you so much for believing in me, Misty. Thank you. Appreciate you. What is your guitar? And do you play? Yeah, I think somebody has been asking me about this guitar for a very long time. For a very long time, somebody has been asking me, hey, what is that guitar about? What do you do with it? Do you just... I can see him playing and singing hymns. Yes, I got my hymns book. Always. Got my hymns book. What's your favorite one? There's one that I love singing, which like... the numbers here are really different. Because this is a different... It's a total different one that I use. I got the bigger one. Shit. I got the bigger one of the bigger hymns, which has different numbers compared to this. But there's a song that I really like. Every time when I play it to it, I'm just like, man, you just feel like, man, you feel like you're a little god. You feel good. You feel like you can pick up the mountains. Can I really find it here? Yeah, the hymns. One day I'm gonna play it, but I'm probably gonna get fucking... But if you want me to play the guitar, I'm not gonna play it today. But yeah, so I've been trying to learn the organ. Yeah, it's freaking difficult. The big guitar. It's not actually a piano. It's not a guitar. It's a piano, but it's a big organ thing. And I've been trying to play that. I tried it one time. Yeah, it's horrible. Freaking horrible. I would like to learn it. It's something I would want to have in the big mansion that we'll build one day. I had a vision today, early morning today, because there's a warehouse that it wasn't a warehouse. There was a place that I rented when we were out there running the sale business. I rented this place. We had 20 something people coming in every day, employed salespeople, and we built this from scratch. And I was renting this place. I wanna rent that place again, but this time fully for the YouTube channel. It's huge. It was big. Next show, I'm gonna bring pictures and show you the videos of me giving an impact, talking to my team and stuff. But it's actually a good place. I had a vision to that. I was thinking, hey, what if we get that same place, but like just for the YouTube, just for the media channel? I was thinking, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I think I had my book there. My book is right there. And I was building a plan on how we're going to get that done. And I was like, okay, cool. Your job is to do, well, obviously I'm rescheduling the thing, and we got a new guy on who will be doing completely different stuff. His department is completely different. It's a new department that we just started. You'll get to know it next year. And we're going to be bringing in 2 other people. And trust me, the show is going to get way better. And what I was thinking, hey, if we get that place, because it's big and we can basically have everything, we can actually, because next year we're going to have another reporter. So it's not just going to be me. We're going to have multiple reporters. And that place, because we rented it for the salespeople and we had multiple people coming there because it was big enough. I'm thinking, because I got the landlord's number, I was thinking to call him today to ask, hey, is that place still available? But then obviously we're not ready for it. But when we are, and when the show grows, and when the show start producing enough numbers and creates money, because I mean, let's be honest, all the money that I've made from sales and all my previous businesses is the only thing that's been helping us out here on this channel. And of course, obviously from your donation as well. which helps out. But we were demonetized for almost the whole year. We were demonetized for 9 months on this channel. So we basically made money from October, November. That's it. And obviously December this year. That's it. So you could tell there's something here, and we start asking for donation in August. That's when we made a link for donations. We never really asked for any donations. So from January to August, we were just doing it for fun. Because I like doing this. So I'm like, all right, invest money here. And I was paying people every Friday as well, just for keeping this show going. Because I like this. I see there's a long vision here. This is important. This is not just a regular show. I'm telling you guys, if you just tune in every single day in the next 10 to 5 years from now, it's going to be totally different than what it is today. It's going to be way different. When we turn up to all the marches, it's going to be different. You will see us pulling up and you'll be like, that is the Baraka show. That is the show that I'm behind. Because we're going to be way different. We are way different than everybody else. And that is coming. I remembered what we built before in the sales department. And I was thinking, how can I not do it? Why can I not do it for the YouTube channel? And I was thinking, yes, I can. Because sales is way harder because you have to talk to people every day. Well, YouTube is more, you can like sit on camera. I mean, nobody is here to make you laugh. Nobody is here to challenge you in a sense where you can laugh and lose your train of thought. You're literally talking to a camera. It's like staring into a pool. It's like staring into a tunnel and seeing somebody else behind it. Like, this is the camera right now. I'm staring at it. It's very easy and I can talk for days. If we did that with people, regular people every single day, and we built it for 21 employees, we can do it here as well. And trust me, once we have 21 employees on this channel, yeah, the BBC will Trump won't even need to fire. Trump won't needs to fire lawsuits with BBC for them to capitulate into irrelevant. We gonna force them to we're gonna force them to log out and forget the password. We will, because the way we're gonna do it is way different. And I've devoted my life to this media channel for the next 50 years to come, and it will happen. And all I'm asking you guys, I think the last video I was pressing on this, and I was telling you guys to subscribe. Because I've not been asking that for very long. I usually say, hey, like, comment, subscribe like a regular thing. It just comes out because I say it all the time. But now I'm actually saying it because I actually mean it. I'm like, hey, I need you to subscribe. It's important. It's freaking important. Especially for what we have to come. In the next year, I'm going to be introducing a new reporter, which is, you're gonna love this person. Yeah, you're going to love this new reporter. Yeah. Really good, really smart. And we might be, I was hoping to sign somebody this year, but he's not ready. He's not ready for it. And he's not ready. But a new report we're gonna announce next year. I don't know what month. But once we're gonna announce it, and we're gonna, I don't know if they can host a show on this main channel, or should we just create their own channel? Let me know, guys. But yeah, big things are coming. That's why I always look tired. We're doing a lot of stuff. We're working with a lot of things. We're building a lot of stuff. This is not the only thing I do. That's why I always film around, like, look, the time. It's 11 o'clock. I filmed this. But thank you so much. Yeah, so somebody says, I remember subbing to you when you had 5K and was doing it on your phone. Yes. Hit that like button. Thank you so much for the super chat, Black Tie. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate you. So I receive a text on X um regarding the donation link. So let me tell you about the situation I'm in, right? I have to tell you what's going on. Let me just. All right, this is serious, folks. I don't know if you guys know, but I reported to you guys not long ago that my bank was messing around with me. I can't even open a PayPal account. I don't even have a PayPal account. For the last few months, I've been using other people's card. Until Lloyd's Bank said, "Hey Barack, you are ready. We can now bank with you." And then we opened with Lloyd's. And I've had this bank with Lloyd's less than a month. Because I couldn't have anything. I couldn't. Every single bank said no. I think I reported to you guys. And even till today, if I was to create a new email account, if he had Baraka Amuri on it, and if I go on PayPal and try to create a PayPal account, they won't even allow it. That's how bad it is. But now I think they've I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know how. I gave up. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I don't need it. So I was like, okay, cool. But Lloyd accepted me again. I was thinking, thank you very much, Lloyd. But then I still don't I don't know if I should put all my money in there or not. But it's like, okay, thank you so much. So if you're having problem with the link or anything, I don't know. I actually don't know because we've had the same problem with Stripe. That some of your donations are not coming through. I don't know why. And now we're having it with our own website. I'm not sure why. So those are the stuff that we use. If you want to help, don't. And also we had a Halifax at the start. Oh God, fuck. So when you see me tired and stressed, there's a lot of things going on. We had an Halifax before, and that shit didn't work. So yeah, I'm always fighting these guys. I'm always fighting the big guys, but we're winning along. You know, we always win anyway. So we always win, always. But thank you so much for the super chat. Hey Barack, somebody says. Hey Ruby, how you doing? If you told them that was racist, they would have let you open one, mate. I should have. Yes, I should have. I think it is because you are classed as far right. Lol, just telling the truth. Victor, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I think you're right. Yeah, you are right. I can't find your name. Okay, great. Liam says, hit that like button, people. Yeah, you didn't. Somebody says you did go off my radar on YouTube for a while. I got back onto you when I went through my subscription. Yes. Why do you think? I don't know if somebody want to testify this on the chat. If you were here from the start, if you were here from the start of this channel, you're probably aware of the times where we used to go live and we had more than 50 people in the live chat. I'm sure you're probably aware of that. But recently, now obviously that's gone lower and lower and lower. Before I got demonetized and blackmailed that my YouTube was gonna be deleted. Literally, I have emails to prove this. I can literally prove it any time where YouTube was literally they're gonna take everything off. Like you couldn't find anything, where there will be no channel, and we were forced to not post for I don't know how long, but we were not posting for a couple of weeks, just so we don't get them to notice us again and fucks us off. But we were demonetized. After that period finished, we started posting. Obviously, we're not making money. We start posting. And the views that we were getting were more like, it was like 300 views, 200 views. And when we went live, there was like 9 people there. Obviously, True Founder was there. She's always there. Beautiful. Really good support. I mean, True Founder, man, there's always a job here waiting for you whenever you're ready. So So True Founder can testify with the moment when we were getting so many people on the chat, so many people in the live stream, so many views, and I'm sure some people who were here early can testify. Hey, this channel used to bang, but no, they can't find the channel anymore because YouTube made it disappear. And before we got demonetized again, I have to get back to it. We had a lot of people who were subscribing to the paid membership, where they were paying for the channel to basically, they were just paying to fund the thing that we do, and they were funding it, which obviously can, it helps, especially when we don't have no. Ever since starting this channel, we've only done two promotion or two sponsors. We've only had two sponsors. And we tried to get more sponsors. And I can prove to you, one of the sponsors told me that they can't sponsor us because of the thing that we do. They say, hey, you have to change what you talk about for us to sponsor you. And these are the people who work with GB News. I don't know what the fuck I do wrong. I actually don't know. These guys. Can I really? I think this was in May. I think I can scroll. Should I go to my emails and scroll till May? Hold on. Actually, I do not want to put their company names out there. Oh God. Okay, this is a sticky one, guys. I really want to show you guys, but I don't want to put their name out there. But they do work with GB News. And we were in conversation with them for a very while. We signed a contract with them, and they were like, hey, we're going to work with you guys, sick, and we're going to be regular. Basically, what they were going to do is they were going to bring us sponsors at every single video. They were going to sponsor it. And we signed a 3-month contract, and we got zero. Oh, no. Okay, too much information now. If they watch this video, they're probably going to know I'm talking about them. And we got 0 sponsors because the video that they were meant to sponsor, they turned up and be like, oh, we can't sponsor your video because the things that you say. Okay. Thank you very much, though. We're going to carry on doing what we're doing. And when they say that we will demonetize, all these things, man, YouTube made us change. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. I don't know what they were trying to do, but they were literally, I think there was a covert mission to take us off, and we fought YouTube. We raised money to fight YouTube. Remember that? We did, which is quite fun. The fact that we fought YouTube and we won, and we're still standing here on their platform, that is kind of fun. I think for a 24-year-old person, I think that's a victory right there. That's something that's a trophy right there. I can put on the wall, right? We fought $1 billion. Well, basically, YouTube is Google, by the way. So we fought Google and we won. That's how important this channel really is. So if you are still standing on the fence, please subscribe. But again, the conversation has gone for too long. I've shared a lot of information here. But next year, big things are coming. Big freaking things are coming, and I hope you guys are ready. Oh man. I really do want to announce it to you guys, but I'm going to have to hold it. But big things are coming next year. I want you to just... And I want to keep everything for free. Because sometimes I always feel like, oh man, should I just have a keep it on a paywall and stuff, and maybe post it on the website, or maybe this. But then I'm like, man, this is the channel for the people, bro. This is the nation needs to know. Look, this is the slogan. The nation needs to know. How am I going to get the nation to know the information if I'm getting people to pay for it? It has to be free. And that's why we keep everything free. We don't charge for any. It's not like I'm doing a video and be like, hey, you only have to pay to watch this. No, everything is free. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. That's the whole point we do it. And we have no, like, ever since that person or this big channel, so this big organization, this sponsorship organization, ever since that day ever since they said that they were not going to sponsor me because the things I say, I just stopped approaching people. I literally told my team, the person who's in charge of moderating the chat, moderating the, posting videos and doing our thing. So all the housekeeping in all side from YouTube, Facebook, and all this thing. I told her, hey, no more sponsors, no more emailing. We're just gonna grow this organically, just like we did with sales. It's crazy because this person she was hired through the sales department, and we grew, and now we're doing the media department. So really cool memory of this person. So no more sales, no more sponsors. We're just gonna grow it organically. Ever since then, we've only had 2 sponsors since we started this channel, and we don't even reach out to people for sponsorship, because I do not want somebody to come and say, hey, we don't like what you said in that video. No, shut up, bro. I'm gonna say everything and anything I want, and this is what the nation needs to know. And of course, obviously, we still follow the YouTube rules. We'll still follow the YouTube guidelines. Some videos we like, YouTube won't allow this, and we're like, okay, we're not gonna do it anyway, because there's no point us doing it and then we can't post it, and if we do, it's gonna destroy the whole thing. Obviously, that's not a good plan. It's not the best way to go around it. So yeah, again, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, somebody says, respect your work, bro. We are now in a civil war with the government. Fought. War on food has begun. Yes, that's correct. War on food has begun. Trust me. You're gonna have, you remember COVID, when we had to go out there and queue up for tissue? Remember that? That will happen again. Thank you so much, Mel, I think Mr. Mel. Thank you so much. You're breaking down walls. Liam says. Thank you so much, Liam. Thank you, man. Let me know if you ever need help automating some things. It is what I do. I'll help you for free to further the cause. Thank you. You can email me. What's the email? GBS. What? Next one too. Yeah, here's the email. Email me on this email. Maisie says, long videos are fine and serious. Greeting and Merry Christmas from Denmark. Yes, Merry Christmas. Greeting from Greater Manchester here, United Kingdom. So that's my email. If you can email me there. By the way, some people, there's only 2 people who have hold of that email. But if you ever just want to email the team itself, or just email if you just want somebody to respond, then email this. But the first one is mostly it's me that responds to that, because that's more of like things that gets forward to me if they need my attention to it. But if you want somebody to just respond from the Baraka show or from next, if you email that anybody will respond that gets to see it. But if you email the first one, only 2 people have that email. So yeah, cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. I got early wake up. I got good stuff to do tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So somebody says, this channel used to come up to my feed all the time. It went missing for months. Now it's back. I was here less than 1K or 10K subs when it was a way different setup. Yes, exactly. So this is the thing. You've seen the evolution, right? You've seen the evolution of this channel. You've seen, like, when you go, the sad thing is, the one thing that I really hate about this, everything that was documented, because YouTube took down over 500 videos, everything done, everything gone. It's very hard for you to go out there and see the video that we did in 2023. It doesn't exist. 2024 doesn't exist. Only 2025, because we got demonetized in January 2025, and everything done, everything gone, wasted, nothing. So that's what the latest video you will see is in 2025, or maybe you'll get to see 2, 3 that was spared from 2024. Everything else is gone, which is like, motherfucker, like why? Because I want to go back and look at the where we started. I mean, hey, obviously this is not I believe this is the best situation, the best place we are right now. But in the next 2-3 years, we're gonna be somewhere where I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is the best place, and we're gonna keep growing and growing and growing. But I want to be able to have this archive where I can go back and be like, look, 2 years ago, guys, look at this, look at the live stream. Oh, look at the setup. Look, that's the thing I want you guys to. I take that very serious, because it's important to always look back and see where you've come. You know, it's really important. But guys, I'm gonna have to let you guys go sleep. Well, I have to go sleep myself too. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, hand to the head salute. Bye-bye. Actually, let's see. One more question. See? The live stream has gone off. Before one more question. I guess we have to end it, guys. Thank you so much. So then, I was born in a refugee camp in Tanzania. At the time, there's so many people ran there. A lot of people were going there, real refugees, after being butchered from the civil war that erupted in Congo. My parents applied for asylum to all the countries. They waited. Now, then I was born in that camp, the same camp. I'm talking tents. I was born there. Now, we're waiting for 14 years. We were waiting. Now, of course, these guys could choose to wait as well, but these guys hijacked that and they come in the country illegally. Now, the media will brand you guys racist, far right, the worst people here, the worst group here. How come the good group didn't invite me to go speak over there? So I call this the greatest awakening, because all the way from over there, there's hundreds of people turning up. It's a Saturday, for God's sake. They could easily go around and watch football and have fun, go on a date, do all the lovely stuff they could do. But instead, they want to stand here, rain or not. They're ready to send the message. And I believe the message will be received today. Thank you so much.
For anybody in the back who struggled to hear this young man's story, what incredible, brave young man.
Oh yes, I do.
British Christian values, regardless of his own beliefs. Let's hear it for Baraka.
Thank you.